What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Land Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Sleds. With me, as always, Titan Mike Kessinger. We can't hear right now. You unplugged. Technical difficulties, but we're good.
Okay, we're good now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No. Preferably not.
So, what's going on?
I broke my phone. It's a sad day.
Tragedy.
It's bullshit. And then the hoops you gotta jump through to make a claim. Like, why you pay insurance for them to make it, like...
That's why we're starting a little late.
Sell my firstborn child just to get my phone replaced. I mean...
Right. But we're here now, and you're all good. You'll be getting a new phone.
Hopefully by Saturday.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm about to use this 2/3 of the phone for now.
That you can't see anything on.
I can see I can use Facebook. I just can't see like most of the Facebook, and then all that good stuff, and then I just don't have the ability to text back unless I use like talk to text.
Right.
And I don't even know if I can hit that button. It'd be a miracle if I find that. But I've had my phone for a year. I've dropped that shit so many times.
Yeah.
I drop it from a distance that's not that far, and it just lands perfectly, and it goes, fuck off. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's how we're getting my day.
Always seems to happen that way,
my day off. I literally just got done making some food. I'm about to go sit down, finish watching the Justice League. I feel like down the umpteenth time. And my phone falls. I'm going, oh, cool. Now I got to drive to Verizon. Go to Verizon Streetsboro. Location's closed because of COVID-19. So I was like, now I got to go to... Why the fuck you get a t-shirt? Where's my t-shirt?
What?
T-shirt.
It's not our shirt. It just says the land.
That's like our thingy. That's our thingy.
Land.
Our thingy.
I ordered this from a website, Cleveland Sports
our
website.
Thingy.
We'll get some shirts though. That's in the works.
For the love of God, this is like Dave 2.0 over here.
Yeah. Polos. Gotta wear polos.
I will cut you. But so I drive all this soul in, but before that I had to go pick up my kids. So it was a nightmare. It turned into a big...
Sounds like fun.
It pissed me off. But,
all right, so we got a few sports things going on this week. Got the Major League Baseball draft going on right now.
Yeah, did they simplify it?
Yeah,
somewhat. Like 33 rounds or like 7 or something like that?
Yeah, something
10.
like that. Yeah, for this year since... Well, we don't even know. Rob Manfred said he guarantees we're going to have a season.
Right, because he has the power to like, shut up, you babies, you're playing. This is the start date. This is how many seasons we're playing.
Right.
This is where we're going. I don't know why he hasn't found his balls from inside of his wife's purse and went to the owners and the players like, look, since you two children can't figure this out,
right,
we're going to start this date. You're going to play this game. You're going to get paid this much. This is how it's going to be. You guys can figure this shit out in the off season after the season's over.
Yeah. So at some point we're going to have baseball.
Which is, it's going to be like, what, the end of July, they're probably looking at aiming when the hockey and NBA come back. So you're going to tell me you're going to have hockey playoffs and NBA playoffs starting up, and you're going to have game 2 of a 50-60 game season?
Right. They're
going to lose so... Nobody's going to watch it. Nobody's going to watch it. You guys have the opportunity to start on the 4th of July weekend. Like, America's weekend.
Yep.
America's pastime, start on that weekend. All eyes are put on you because there's no fireworks shows no more.
Right, that would have been a perfect time.
Stuff. Nobody's going out to watch fireworks.
Right.
But no. Billionaires versus millionaires crying about how much money they're gonna make.
Yep. So they had 2 picks yesterday, one in the first, and then compensation pick, 36th overall. Their first pick, they took Carson Tucker, an 18-year-old shortstop out of Mount Point High School. I was trying to find some stuff on him. Found a couple stats. He batted .390 last year. There wasn't a whole lot of information on him. I don't know how the whole pay structure works as far as the draft goes, but I heard some people say that it was a money-saving thing taking a high school kid where he was slotted.
Well, I think if you take a high school kid, it's like a minor league money. So, it's not like MLB money or like, you know.
The one saving money? No, come on, that never happens.
So the funny thing is, like, even though we drafted this high school kid, we might not even have him on our team. Like,
right. Well, I'm curious because they drafted like 5 shortstops last year, and there's like 8 of them right now that are in the pipeline. 8 shortstops ahead of him.
Well, because they know they're getting rid of one of the best one in the MLB, so they're like, we need to have options. We need to keep putting them through to see which one, works. They're not. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he may end up moving to a different position at some point. Who knows?
Who that? High schooler?
This
Tucker?
kid, yeah, that tick.
If he's even in Cleveland. Like, he may be someone we drafted and then trade away. Who knows?
Who knows? 'Cause Tyler Freeman's the next man up. So.
Oh, the pitcher out of Arizona?
No, the shortstop.
Oh,
he's the heir apparent to Mr. Lindor whenever they decide to get rid of him, which will be sooner rather than later, I'm sure. Yeah. Then with their compensation pick, 36th overall, they took right-handed pitcher Tanner Burns out of University of Auburn.
Auburn.
I do like this kid. He had some injury issues, which caused him to drop out of the first round. If not for that, he probably would have been like a mid-first round pick. He's got some good velocity. He can get it up to around 96, 97 miles an hour. Has 4 pitches, has good curveball and a slider and a changeup. So he's projected right now as like a middle, maybe second, third starter as his ceiling.
As a ceiling?
You can never have too much pitching, obviously.
Even if like he doesn't pan out to be a solid starter, if you can put him as a bullpen arm or like a long reliever,
right.
You can turn out like some of these closers that were like legit closers were starting pitchers that just couldn't cut it long term, like for the long haul in MLB. But they have 2-3 innings. They have the stuff for 2-3 innings.
And he put up some pretty good numbers. His first year he had a 3.01 ERA, and then the last 2 were under 3, 2.82 and 2.42. So he put up some good numbers at Auburn. And obviously he's an advanced R&B in college, a 3-year college pitcher. So he'll move up a lot quicker than the high school guys. And funny, their first pick today in the second round. Tell me if this sounds familiar. They took a left-handed pitcher named Logan Allen.
Makes sense.
So then we now have 2 left-handed pitchers named Logan Allen. It was funny because the Indians, Logan Allen, tweeted and said, "This dude that we just drafted is either going to have to start pitching right-handed or change his name." Then he said, "Ball's in your court, Allen Logan."
Or you're just going to trade the old Logan Allen for the new Logan Allen.
So he's, like I said, another left-handed pitcher. He was 2-1 with a 2.45 ERA last year with Florida International. He's got some definite upside. So, like I said, can never have enough pitching, especially left-handed pitching. And then right before we came on, don't know much about this guy. I looked him up. They picked a center fielder, P.D. Halpin, out of St. Francis High School in Mountain View, California. He's a center fielder, fat, speedy guy. Only weighs 180 pounds. He was ranked the 77th best prospect on MLB.com's big board, and they got him 96th. So I guess you consider that a bargain. He had committed to the University of Texas, so if he doesn't sign, it'll be either he goes to Texas or signs with the Indians.
Didn't Tanner go to committed? No.
He was with Auburn. I don't know.
Tucker's committed to Texas too.
Okay. Yeah, so these guys can either decide to go to school or sign with their team.
Maybe they can do both.
It's actually Logan Allen was drafted a couple years ago, like in 2017 out of high school. And he chose to go to Florida International. He was picked by the Orioles, I think it was.
And then drafted and go back into the draft?
Yeah. So he went to Florida International and then pitched 3 years there, and now he's coming out after his junior year. So
there was a catcher out of Ohio State that
I was actually hoping we were going to take him at 36. He's a big power hitter. I heard some pretty good things about him, but I didn't see where he ended up getting picked.
I don't know if he got drafted yet.
I don't know.
To be honest.
I know he was projected like late first, early second.
I was seeing second to mid third as
well.
So I was reading. But I liked him too. He had a lot of pop. Like I liked his bat. He had a lot of pop to that swing.
That's one thing we don't really have in our system right now is a good young catcher.
That's what I was saying, because we don't have. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like our depth in catcher in our minor league teams isn't the greatest. So
yeah, if we were to lose Perez for whatever reason for a long period of time, we'd be hurting a little bit.
Yeah, the guy we put in there wouldn't be a step up. It'd be a big loss. So, but yeah, we didn't get him. We never get the guy from Ohio State. So.
No, never. Just like in football. Although
the Browns do, but
they started drafting him now finally.
But Ohio State hasn't put out anything great since Swisher.
No.
And he only had a few good years, and he went. Then he went to kind of went to La La Land and just went.
Yeah.
Dude got stupid. Like.
So we've been doing some different things the last couple of weeks. We did some highlights and some lowlights the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Now this week we decided to do the Mount Rushmore of all the Cleveland teams and Ohio State football. So we split it up. Mike took Ohio State football and Browns since he's more of the football guy, and I took the Indians and Cavaliers. So we're going to go over those now, and if you guys want to call in, give us yours. We'd like to hear yours as well. 330-439-2278.
I was listening to NFL radio today. I had a bunch of errands this morning to do. I got a massage since it was open back up.
Yeah.
That felt good.
Oriental?
It was a couple happy endings, you know. But it wasn't in Warren though. It was in Macedonia. So
yeah, I think they shut all the ones in Warren down.
Yeah. But I was on NFL radio and they're doing people to build a team around.
Yeah.
You know, quarterbacks. You know, defensive players. So I mean, if we have time, I think I'm gonna dive into something like that. Maybe
yeah,
not,
I'm sure we'll.
Maybe not do the quarterbacks. I mean, we'll see. But like, if you could pick the top 5 defensive players in the league right now to build your team around, who would they be?
Right.
In order. I want to rank them in order.
Yeah.
We could maybe do that, and then if we have, then maybe we'll get in the quarterbacks. But that seems like a everybody thing, you know.
Yeah.
So. But
Well, do you want to start off with?
no, we'll let you start off
Right.
because we'll save the best for last. Nobody really cares about the people from that you picked.
All right, we'll start off with the Cleveland Indians. So the 4 that I chose, they're all old guys.
Oh yeah, they all
from way back in the day. I've got, and in no certain order, of course, Bob Feller's one guy everybody thinks about it as one of the best players in Indians history. Starting pitcher, 8-time All-Star, had a 266 and 162 record with the Indians, a 3.25 ERA, almost 2,600 strikeouts, 4 seasons of 24-plus wins, and won 27 games in 1940, had 44 shutouts and 3 no-hitters while with the Indians, and he's in the Indians and the MLB Hall of Fame. Then we've got Tris Speaker, who is a center fielder. He played with the Indians from 1916 to 1926. Carried a 345 batting average. A high season average is 386, 389, and 388 and 389. And he's also in the Indians and MLB Hall of Fame. Then we've got Nap Lajoie, second baseman. Played with the Indians from 1902 to 1914 and also managed them after that. Funny part about him is he was the inspiration when they changed the name of the team to the Cleveland Naps for a short period of time. I guess he was the inspiration for that. I guess he was a big fan favorite. But he carried a 339 average with the Indians, had a high season averages of 376 and 383, won the Triple Crown in 1901, and also in the Indians and MLB Hall of Fame. And then rounding it out, Bob Lemon, starting pitcher, was with the Indians from 1941 to 1942, and then again from 46 to 58. A 207 and 128 record, 3.23 ERA, 1,277 strikeouts, was a 7-time All-Star, 7 seasons of 20-plus wins, and won 23 games in 1950 and 1954. And he's also a Hall of Famer.
If you would pick Feller or Lemon, who would you pick?
Feller, for sure.
Think Feller?
Yeah, he was pretty dominant back in the
We
day.
had both those guys for
Yeah, they were
a
both.
year.
Yeah, they won.
No, we had them for 2 years.
Yeah.
41 and then 46.
And Bob Lemon was part of the 48 championship team.
Feller wasn't, though.
No. He missed out on that.
See what I mean? And there's no current, like, you could put
You could have put Tommy.
I think Tommy could be on
Vizquel.
there. Vizquel. You can go.
I mean, there's a lot of.
Sandy Alomar
Yeah.
could be on there. I mean,
When you look back at that '95 team, there's so many guys.
yeah, but see, like you look at some of those team players, like I'm looking at longevity. You know, the amount of time they were in Cleveland, the impact they had at Cleveland.
Right.
You know, not just the impact they had on that season. You know?
Yeah, I don't
Some
want
of
to pick
those
guys
90
that have only
some of those
here a
95
couple years.
Yeah, some of those 95 guys were only there for a couple years, or,
Right.
they just fell off after that.
Right.
But like Tommy and Vizquel and Alomar, they stayed consistent and way above average their almost their whole career. Maybe at the end of their career they fell off because that was
Right.
15 years in. What do you expect? I mean, Vizquel was still doing great things
Right.
at his last season, but like those 3 players, I think could make it on here. And if I was to replace, I think anybody, to be honest with you, it'd probably be think I'd probably have to go with speaker. I just think Knapp.
And you had other big names like Cy Young. Obviously, he's the award's named after him, but he didn't play, a very long time with the Indians. So.
No.
And like you said, some of the more modern guys.
It's just sad that when we think of Cleveland Indians, Mount Rushmore, everybody's there from like.
Yeah.
Nobody before after 1960.
Right.
And nobody. And I'll modernize it. Well, your Cavs one's pretty modern. But,
yeah, modern. That's more modern. So you gonna go with the Browns or Ohio State first?
I will go with the Browns, but I don't like how you So these are in no order.
Yeah, no certain order.
But you did leave. You added something to Jim Brown that I don't agree with.
What's that?
Best running back in NFL history.
Oh, really?
It's a crock. He's probably top 5, guaranteed.
Yeah. Well, he also didn't have
maybe 3.
He didn't play. He played what?
My number 1 running back in NFL history is not going to be Emmitt Smith. It's not. It's Barry Sanders all day long. Barry Sanders ran the way he did behind that porous offensive line. Put him behind Emmitt Smith's offensive line. That dude holds record after record after record. That dude was he was magical. It was just like he just poofed and he was gone.
Right.
Yeah,
he was.
He in my opinion is the best running back in NFL history.
He was the best one I've ever seen for
hands down. Even Jim Brown, I think he's better than Jim Brown. Jim Brown was dominant. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He was dominant, but Barry Sanders was magical. It was like poetry in motion watching Barry Sanders play.
Right.
And so, don't get me wrong. Jim Brown's probably top 5.
Yeah.
But we got Jim Brown and Cleveland Mount Rushmore. We can't have, and we didn't do coaches. Like if coaches on here, we'd have Paul Brown be on my list.
Obviously, right.
And one of these players I named obviously wouldn't be here. But we got Jim Brown, NFL Hall of Fame, Pro Bowl in all 8 seasons he played, 12,000 plus yards, 106 touchdowns. He had a season high 1,800 in 1963. He was unstoppable. He was a machine. Like,
he was a force.
He was a force. The Browns had some really good running backs back in their heyday, like Biner, Jim
Kevin
Brown,
Mack, Leroy Kelly.
Yeah, there's nuts. But you can't have Mount Rushmore, Cleveland Browns without Jim Brown.
Right.
Then let's go quarterback, Otto Graham. I think the best quarterback in Browns history, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you could probably, some people may put Kozar in here because,
Yeah.
But he was 57-13-1 as a starter, NFL Hall of Famer, 6-time Pro Bowler. He had completion percentage is not the greatest, 56, but back in the time he played, they ran the ball a lot more than they threw the ball.
Right.
So it could be like he had 23. That's why he only has 23,000 passing yards. It's not a lot.
Yeah.
In his career he played 11 years or 9 years. Only 20. But quarterbacks back then.
Yeah, it's not like today where it's routine to throw for 300 plus yards.
Yeah, like look at Terry Bradshaw, considered one of the best quarterbacks in Pittsburgh history. His numbers are mediocre at best. It's because you had that dominant running game he had. It's just same.
Yeah, it was definitely more run dominant back in the day.
Even though Otto Graham didn't have Jim Brown, but
right.
And then you got the most modern guy, Joe Thomas, 10-time Pro Bowler. He had a 167 game streak until Tennessee broke his shoulder.
You had to throw that out there, didn't you?
I had to. He only allowed 30 sacks in the career. That's amazing.
That is amazing.
And he was an NFL All-Decade team. Then we go to the kicker, Lou Groza, 9-time Pro Bowler. He had 264 field goals, 810 extra points, and NFL Hall of Famer. Probably one of the best kickers in the NFL. Period.
Definitely.
And Paul Brown, you couldn't win up the Browns without Paul Brown, probably one of the most legendary coaches. He would have been on this list. I think probably over Lou Groza. I think I'd probably take the kicker off.
And there's a couple other guys like on the fringe, like Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah.
Paul Warfield.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people on there like he could have replaced, but I thought this was. If you probably Google Browns Hall of Fame, 3 to 4 of these guys are going to be on this.
I'm sure. Right.
On the Mount Rushmore. To be honest with you, this is probably a general consensus for the Browns Mount Rushmore. So I'm not even a Browns fan, but it's that easy to complete the.
You came up with it pretty quick.
Yeah, he's like, you got some homework to do. I was like, I'm done. He's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, here it is. And he's like, what the shit? I was like, this is what happens when you give me football stuff to do, dude. It's done because I know this.
Did you read my mind? I knew what I was going to do.
I was like, no, you just like, I'm gonna do this, and I was like, all right, here we go. It'd have been quicker, but I had to change it up because I had coaches on there.
Yeah.
Like, I literally had, for Ohio State, I had Woody Hayes, and then I had Paul Brown on here. I mean,
Right.
I was going to put Freddie Kitchens, but
Freddie Kitchens and John Cooper.
I figured that was too soon.
Luke Fickell. All right, let's moves us on to the Cavaliers Mount Rushmore. Obviously,
Number 1.
can't have a Mount Rushmore in Cleveland Cavaliers history without LeBron James.
I thought you were going to say Big Z.
The Juniors. And in his time in Cleveland, he averaged 27.1 points, 7.3 rebounds, 7.3 assists, 1.6 steals per game. Averaged a career high 31.4 points in 2005-2006. 10-time All-Star, 2004 Rookie of the Year, NBA MVP in 2009 and 2010, and Finals MVP in 2016 when he helped bring the first championship in Cleveland sports history. And second, I had another guy from that team, Kyrie Irving, point guard. In his time in Cleveland, 21.6 points, 5.6 assists, 3.4 rebounds, 1.3 steals per game. 4-time All-Star, 2012 Rookie of the Year, All-Star MVP in 2014, and NBA three-point champion in 2013. One of the best playmakers that they've ever had, for sure. Then when you think of point guards in Cleveland history, Mark Price is definitely right at the top. 16.4 points in his career with the Cavs, 7.2 assists, 2.6 rebounds, and 1.3 steals. 802 three-point field goals in his Cavalier career at 41%. 91% free throw shooter, one of the best free throw shooters in NBA history, and he was a 4-time All-Star. And then we rounded out with Larry Nance Sr., 16.8 points, 8.2 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 2.5 blocks per game. So a 2-time All-Star with the Cavaliers and 3-time All-NBA defensive team.
I did not know Kyrie Irving was a 3-point champ.
Yeah, it was early on. I had actually forgotten about it.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, if you were to remove one person from this list and replace it with another person, who would it be?
Probably Larry Nance, I would think. 'Cause it was between Nance and Brad Daugherty. That was a tough choice.
What about Z?
Yeah, Z's he could be thrown in there as well.
If Kyrie Irving doesn't make that shot, does Kyrie make this list?
I think so.
Even without that shot. Because what did he do before LeBron got here?
Not much. Led the team in scoring.
Okay. Colin Sexton's doing that. Is Colin Sexton going to make this list?
No. Well, he's still playing, though.
So
Austin Carr, too. If Austin Carr had not gotten hurt and had the career he should have had, he would have definitely been on the list. But, injuries.
Ron Harper.
Jim Jones. There's other guys you can...
I think you remove Kyrie Irving, to be honest with you. Like, that's going to be controversial.
Yeah, you could.
People are going to look at me like I'm nuts, but, like, Kyrie Irving, like, his only big... Like, what effect did he have on the previous, like, finals? He was hurt. He didn't have nothing. I mean, and the 2016 finals, he made... him and LeBron averaged, like, what? LeBron averaged, like, 34...
Well, they would have won. I think they would have won the finals had he not got hurt in 2015. Even if it was just him coming back and not Love.
Probably.
I think if they had him, even without Love, they still would have won it.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, but
they took it 6 games with Delly as the number 2. So.
Don't underestimate.
No, he was good that year. He was awesome.
Don't underestimate anybody from down under. Okay.
I know.
They'll barbecue your ass. But Kyrie makes one shot, and now he's like Cleveland.
That made him a legend. I mean, that was a huge shot. They don't win the championship without it.
We don't win the championship without Kevin Love's defense either.
I know.
We don't talk about that.
Right.
Or JR's defense at pushing Iguodala to the other side.
Yeah, that made him adjust the shot for the iconic block.
There's a lot of things that happen that come into place that don't involve around LeBron or Kyrie Irving. Right. Everybody seems to forget about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Cleveland's dream team sitting right there in the studio.
Yeah, you got the shot right there.
I got the shot. But, like, that right there makes him Cleveland royalty.
And you got LeBron holding the MVP trophy with Kyrie nowhere to be found because he was kind of salty that he didn't get it.
And then Mo Williams is right there.
Yeah.
Why would Kyrie Irving get the MVP? It's LeBron fucking James.
I don't know.
Kyrie needs to know, like, he came back, you played you're just no longer your fucking team.
Right.
You're second fiddle now, man. Like, you are LeBron's B.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right, that takes us to the final one, Ohio State football.
The best one, and this one you said you didn't. It's not that you didn't agree with, but you were a little taken a little surprised by
the last one.
One of my. Now I think this actually could be in order for me, to be honest with you.
I agree with the order.
Number 1, Archie Griffin, the only 2-time Heisman Trophy winner.
Yeah, Mr. Ohio State.
Easily the best running back Ohio State ever had. 5,589 yards, 6 TDs, average 6 yards per carry, 2-time Heisman, 74-75. I mean, the dude was the epitome of running back in college running back.
Yep.
Then we go to another running back, which is Eddie George, who had 3,700 yards, 40 TDs. This dude was a touchdown fanatic, averaged 5.5 yards, 95 Heisman. His best year was his senior year, rushed for almost 2,000 yards, 24 TDs, and 400 yards in the air.
My favorite Buckeye of all time.
Yeah, Eddie George is mine too, because then he put on to play for Tennessee for a good time, and we were amazing. And then you got probably the best linebacker to ever play for Ohio State, and one of the top linebackers to ever play college football. 546 tackles, 283 solo, number 1 in Ohio State history, 2-time All-American and 87 Lombardi Award winner. Chris Spielman is the epitome of linebacker in my opinion. That's how you would teach linebacker. It's right there. Watch that footage.
Right.
All day long. You wouldn't go wrong. And here's the one you don't agree with. It's Antonio Winfield. Yeah, you could put Orlando Pace.
I think Orlando Pace might have been my choice.
You could probably put drawing blank, but yeah. There's a lot
of good ones.
But 278 tackles, 224 solo, 22 for loss, 29 pass breakups. Didn't have that many interceptions. He wasn't a ball hawk, but he had 3 interceptions, 2-time All-American, and the Jim Thorpe winner in '98. But if you go back and look at his stats, his completion percentage against receivers, he was quarterback threw away from him for a reason.
Yeah.
He was probably the best safety, one of the best safeties Ohio State's had in a while, in a long time, but.
I think another guy you could consider is Troy Smith too.
Yeah, he had that one good year with Heisman winner. Yes, he was a Heisman winner. I'm not gonna take that from him. But he didn't show up in the big game. Like he just sputtered out.
Yeah, especially that Florida game.
Yeah, that's the big game I'm talking about. Like that's where it is. Like
yeah.
He didn't he had a great season, then nothing. Like when it counted.
Sorry, Matt. I missed your comment. Matt said Omar Vizquel ?
I said the same thing when I looked at the list.
Matt, call in if you got your own.
Yeah, you can give us your
Mount Rushmores.
Yeah, your Ohio State. Compare your Ohio State and your Cavs or your Indians if you want to. But I said the same thing. Tommy or Vizquel could be on Cleveland Indians, Mount Rushmore, or Sandy Alomar. I think one of those 3 should be there.
Yeah.
Over Speaker, in my opinion.
Yeah. I understand. I get it.
But
we didn't put a whole lot of thought into these. We kind of threw them together at the last minute. So.
Mine makes sense. Yours are all over the fucking place.
Yeah, okay.
Kyrie fucking Irvin. I mean, whatever. Would my Cleveland Browns be different than yours?
No, I think
Jim Brown, Otto Graham.
I think I might have put Ozzie Newsome over Lou Groza, maybe.
Think so?
Yeah, maybe. I was gonna do one for Ohio State basketball too, but I was kind of burnt out after typing all those up.
That's easy. Odin, Kraft,
Jim Jackson,
David Lighty.
About Clark Kellogg.
Just because I'm so sick of his 19.2 the fan commercial. It drives me nuts. But I think Odin and Kraft, even Sullinger.
Yeah.
Sullinger.
Yeah, I seen a list that there was some rank. I think John Diebler was on there. They're like top 10.
Yeah. What's the dude? Evan Turner.
Yeah, Evan Turner was on there. D'Angelo Russell, even though he was only there 1 year.
He was a score at will guy.
Michael Redd. That's another one. He was
Connolly.
Yeah, Mike Conley. So yeah, there's quite a few. They've had some good basketball players as well.
We just never finish it off.
No.
07 sucks for Ohio State, dude. We lost to Florida in 2 different.
Yeah, had a shot to win 2 national titles.
Fucking
Lost to Florida in both games.
Jakeem Noah, man. I hate that man.
Yeah, they had a good team, though. They had Jakeem Noah, Al Horford, Mike
Miller.
Really
good
Corey
team.
Brewer was on that team.
That was sickening.
It was.
It was sickening, but crazy.
Yeah, I just watched the highlights of that the other day.
Yeah.
When I was going through this stuff. So the lowlights.
Yeah, the lowlights. So, like, we were talking about, I guess since we got down this quicker than I thought, and this is all the stuff we were talking about, right? Yeah. This is all nothing. Just extra trees that we killed. Magic Johnson documentary set for 2021. We're gonna find out when the fuck he got AIDS.
Probably.
You know that? You ever see that picture of him on the beach with like the 13 girls?
No, I never saw that.
That's the fucking.
That's
moment
probably the time we got.
That's the moment.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. That's the moment that dude was dipping his dipstick in so many fucking oil changes, man.
Yeah, he
was. Like a
was.
goddamn lube stop in that fucking shit. But yeah. I don't know.
So you had something you wanted to talk about, right?
Did I?
Yeah. Did you say something about quarterbacks, or do you want to do
I
that
said
next week?
we could do whatever.
Did you see? Obviously the NBA's coming back. They moved the date up from the 31st to the 30th, one day.
Oh, that's right.
So, the JB Bickerstaff came out and said, "Okay, we're just supposed to sit and do nothing for 8 months. Now, what about? Can't we do something with these 8 teams that, some kind of workouts or something?" So they're trying to work some kind of. I know that they said the Cavs and Pistons had talked about doing some joint practices and scrimmages, but there's also the idea of maybe doing a summer league with the 8 teams that didn't get invited, and letting them play a handful of games because, these teams obviously weren't good enough to get invited, but they're trying to develop young players and see what guys are going to be around for the future.
Yeah, no doubt.
So I'm sure they're going to work something out. I know Bickerstaff said him and Cavs players were pretty pissed off when they found out they were going to have to sit and have 8 months of inactivity before next season. So hopefully they'll get something done there. We'll see how the NBA thing goes. I know there's talk now that some players might not want to play, so they're giving them the option if they don't want to play, they don't have to report. And they're allowed to carry 17 players, so they can name replacement players, I guess. That's kind of a mess.
Yeah.
I don't know how many of them are actually going to sit out. I'm sure none of the prominent guys, especially the teams that have the shot to win the championship this year. So we'll see how that goes. Having fun with your broken phone.
I figure out how to text. I just gotta keep switching so I can half the keyboard.
Yeah.
It's amazing right now how it's so ghetto. It feels so pissing me off. No, but I was saying earlier before the show started, like when the show started, I've been listening to a lot of. I have serious radio, and I listen to FM Network religiously. But when I hear a new song, I'm like, dude, this song is so good. It has to be a year old because I am that far behind in new music.
Yeah.
Like, The God's Country by Blake Shelton. So I listened to that song 2 months ago. I heard it for the first time. Apparently it's been a year and a half old.
Oh, really?
I was like, okay. But that's all I listen to is 92 Through the Fan or NFL Radio. That's all I listen to. All day. Top 5 receiver groups, so they know NFL divisions and blah blah blah, same thing. And then they're doing the build your team around. Who would you build your team around scenarios, and that everyone has been about quarterback.
Right.
So if you were to build, I want to ask you the question. I want an order too. I want you to build top 5 defensive players to build a team around, and then top 5 quarterbacks. I guess we'll do quarterbacks too, because everybody does quarterbacks.
We doing this now or
yeah, right now we got 20 minutes for the show, and
I know it's kind of putting me on the spot here, right?
Yeah, work.
I don't have time to research and think about it.
It's not that complicated.
It is. Putting me on the spot.
So, top 5 defensive players Billy team around right now. Go.
Current players?
Current players. Well, the top 5, it's easy. You can go Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, Ronnie Lott. I mean, Ed Too Tall Jones. Mean Joe
Right.
Mean Joe Green. I mean, that's why I'm saying current, because it makes it a little bit more difficult.
See, my mind goes blank.
So, Aaron Donald would be number 1. Nick Bosa would be number 2. And then it'd probably be Bobby Wagner. Then we can go with J.J. Watt. And then Myles Garrett
Yeah, I was going to say Garrett.
would probably be my...
I agree with all those. What about, like, Jamal Adams?
See, it's hard for me to build around
Defensive backs?
backfield, because if your front 7 is stout, you can have mediocre, average defensive, back there and look like they're all-stars, because you're getting that pressure and hurrying the quarterback to make quicker decisions that he doesn't have time to throw the ball accurately to pinpoint it. So that's why if you have a dominant front 7 or linebacking core that can cover the quick drop-offs and and get to the quarterback, you can run around with normal DBs and be all right.
Right.
So that's why, because I could put Jalen Ramsey in there. I could have put Jamal Adams. You could put it. Who else was there?
I told you it's tough to think of it on the spot.
No, I'm like number 9 right now, so don't And then quarterbacks, I'll probably go Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes for sure.
Wilson, Jackson, Rodgers,
Drew Brees. I would take Brees over Brady.
I'm not going either. I don't think I'd do either of them. I think I'd go
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, that's it.
You didn't hear what he said? He said he knows
he's the best quarterback. Yeah.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history.
Yeah, okay.
I want whatever he's smoking.
Go steal some more crab legs, man.
Yeah.
Talk to me when that happens. Like I said, Mahomes, Wilson, Jackson,
Rodgers.
Trying to go down the list. I mean, I guess Drew Brees, but
Yeah, that would be my 5th one.
I'm trying to think. Maybe Wentz or Dak. I don't know, one of those, but.
Oh, FYI, Dylan Dingler, the catcher of Ohio State, got picked by the Tigers, 38th pick.
Oh, 2 picks after Cleveland?
Yeah. I just looked him up. He's the only Ohio State player that's gotten drafted so far.
There's a Justin Fields autograph jersey up for sale.
Oh, on that site? Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna see.
Is it filled yet?
They don't even have a list.
They fill up fast. Sometimes they'll put them up just to say, hey, we're going to be
There's 20 spots.
Is there? Wow.
Man, how much a spot? $14 a spot.
Yeah.
I should have just told you what number I was picking.
You know what? It was funny because I'm sitting there, 6 and 10. I'm like, which one do I want? I was going to take 10, and I'm like, I'll take 6.
Yeah.
And then you said 10 came up, and I was like, God damn it.
Well, that's what he said. I didn't understand how this works. Like,
Yeah.
I literally, because like
I'm still getting used to
11 rounds. What the fuck's the point of 11 rounds? It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so
I don't
the
understand
first round
the
that
whole
goes,
thing
you're like,
do,
oh,
but-
so you don't win, but we're going to do 10 more times than the last one to go. Because your number can come up 4 fucking times in the first 10 rounds.
Yeah.
But number 11 happens to be the one that, that counts. Like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't
That's why I
understand
was
the
like,
program.
why is there
but-
11 rounds? Because that's when he's like, I was like, so I just messaged I was like, who won? And he's like, 10 spot won. And I was like, fuck yeah, I won. Kevin, I won. I don't know how I won, but I won. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at in the video here. And then he's like, oh, my bad, 6 spot won. I was like, Kevin, you won. Ha-ha. I don't fucking know. And I was like, oh, shit. And then I was like, this motherfucker probably knew, and he picked 6. And I was like, I'm like an hour behind in this shit.
Right.
I was like, whatever, asshole.
Yes, he said he was mailing it out today, so hopefully
We're hanging up in
get it
here.
in a few days. I'm gonna frame it.
Hang up in the studio.
Yeah, I might do that.
Can you see that wall right there?
Yeah, you can see up to about here.
That way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this way.
Okay. So what about behind me?
Yeah, a little bit, not too much.
We can move some of those things.
Yeah, we can put it in between those.
We need to get a helmet.
Yeah. Well, I've been trying to get one. There was one guy won a Browns and Ohio State signed helmet, like package deal.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, that was a big one. I think it was like $30 bucks to get in that one. But
Yeah. That's not even a lot of money though if you think about what you're
Right.
getting.
right, yeah, if you win.
Yeah. That's the same thing at Meat Street. I mean, it's not similar type of. It's like, but this dude has like these artisan cuts of meat, like Wagyu, Kobe beef, and all this bullshit,
Yeah.
and they'll be like $42 to buy into this thing in 10 spots, right?
Yeah.
But you'll get this box of meat that's worth like $400 because each steak's worth like $80 because it's like Australian Wagyu, or whatever,
Right.
blah 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 blah, and like. I don't have a PayPal or Venmo, and that's why I haven't done anything yet. That's why I was like,
Sewing up.
yeah, but I don't think
It doesn't take long.
Yeah, but the Venmo one, I don't know what the fuck that is. It's like a credit card
I set it up. I haven't used it. I use
because it's
PayPal.
like you're talking about interest rate and like whatever. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, PayPal's the way to go.
I was like, what, you
Everybody
use
uses
PayPal
it.
account you set up with your debit card?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can set up debit card or your bank account and just draw from whatever.
Yeah, so I was just like, this makes no sense to me. So
Yes, it was that was my 4th try. It took me 4 times to get something. Like I tried for a Jarvis Landry signed helmet. I think I told you the one was a mystery box and ended up being a Matt Kemp. It was like one of the special Dodgers jerseys, like one of the alternates.
Okay. You see,
The jersey was cool, but
The only reason I tried to go for this was Ohio State and it was a Dobbins jersey.
yeah, I'm trying pretty much for like Cleveland and Ohio State stuff. If I get something else, I'll probably
Cleveland's
end
not-
up posting it to sell it or something.
It depends what if you
Depends on who it is.
If you get something else that you don't want, I'll pay you for the.
Like at Matt Kemp, I really didn't care to get that.
If you grab some random shit, like say you win a hockey helmet.
There's hockey. They do a lot of hockey stuff.
I saw that. That's why that was part of that 20 spot one. There's an autographed hockey goalie face mask on that, so that's probably
Yeah.
why those helmets are probably expensive as shit.
Right.
But like, to be honest with you, I'm not trying to make you rich off this thing. But like, if you were to win it and you really don't want it, I'll just pay you your entry.
Yeah.
Fuck, you're not losing no money.
Right.
For me, I mean, obviously you can sell it to like, but I'm talking about me. I'm not. I know.
I
what
mean, the mystery boxes
I
are
know
cool.
what you paid for it, guy.
Right.
Like,
Sometimes there's some pretty cool shit in there.
Yeah, but like you gotta let me know like you did with the Dobbins thing. If you ever see Eddie George.
Yeah, so I told you before, like right when I signed up, there was a Titans. I think it was a helmet. I can't remember who signed it though. But
yeah, let me know if the Titans had Ohio State. I'm down, and maybe some Indian shit.
because Dave won 2 helmets. He got a Julio Jones Falcons and a Mike Ditka Bears one.
Yeah.
So those are pretty cool.
See, I mean, like it's only because it's football. Like, but I'd probably like shit like that. I may resell.
Yeah, I mean, you find Falcons or Bears fans on there they'd love to have that. So
Yeah. But you can't go back to that group and resell it though. You can't on the show because they're like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you'd have to go elsewhere.
Yeah, and you probably don't want them to know you're doing that either because
Right.
they'll probably get salt. Like
Yeah.
you get the hush hush shit on that.
But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
So
I've seen it like the same. Yeah,
my cousin just joined it.
Yeah, I gotta get you the $14.
Yeah.
I'll get it to you eventually.
Right.
Who the fuck knows when that happens.
Wonder why Matt didn't call in. I was kind of
because he's losing his standing as like.
Yeah, I thought he said he was going to come in.
But I haven't asked him in a while.
Well, we put the open invitation out there for him the one week he called in. He's losing his super fan status.
That's what I'm saying. He's about to be like a fan status. Like,
yeah.
Matt, you about to get voted off the island.
We expect him to be our one caller that we get.
Well.
And he's really letting us down here.
He is. It's sad day in
it is.
The land sports.
Well, we done. Indians.
I don't care. I mean.
Oh, this is round one. What the hell am I doing?
So did you see how there's all these people are saying now Colin Kaepernick needs to be put into a team?
Yeah.
Because of this shit. Like.
I think somebody will end up signing him.
That's so stupid. Like I shouldn't let politics.
I hope somebody does sign him because then we'll see. Everybody will see exactly how bad he is.
Like he had a good year. He had 2 or 3 good seasons.
Yeah, no, I mean he was good at one point.
Let's see if Lamar Jackson keeps up what he did. Like let's see if it happens. If he does, then cool. But like the same, I'm still not sold yet. Like the same thing could happen to Lamar Jackson that happened to Colin Kaepernick. People learn how to defend against it.
Hugh Jackson came out and said he wanted to sign him in 2017.
Sure he did.
Yeah. And said the front office didn't want to do it.
That would have been the year to do it. He was only out of the year for what? Our league for a year?
He said the front office wanted to go with Deshaun Kaiser.
How'd that work out for them?
Yeah. 0-16. I don't know how many if he would have even had any wins with Kaepernick.
I think you'd have had some.
Maybe a couple.
He's better. He would have been.
He would have been better than Kaiser, without a doubt.
He would have been better than what Cleveland had in 2017 on that roster. Now, in any other team situation, he's not starting quarterback.
Right.
He would have been lucky to get Cleveland because Cleveland was the only team that could have used him as a starter. He could have been starting by week 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But he's just not. He doesn't have you've been out of football this long. You think you're gonna come back and be a starting quarterback?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
Michael Vick was only able to do it because he's Michael fucking Vick.
Yeah. He's just an athletic freak.
Well, so is Kaepernick, but Michael Vick is accurate.
Yeah.
Extremely accurate. And it's hard to defend against a left-handed quarterback too. Right. Dude throwing across his body you're screaming to the right, and dude's like, okay, look at this.
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, like I said, I hope somebody signs him so everybody can see that he's
there's nobody okay, this is the thing. This is what pissed me off. This was gonna piss me off. Somebody signs him to a contract, and if Cam Newton doesn't get signed to a contract,
yeah, Cam Newton should definitely get signed before Kaepernick.
And so should Jameis Winston.
I can't believe Cam Newton hasn't been signed yet.
So should Jameis Winston.
Right.
Jameis Winston, yeah, he threw 30 interceptions, but he also threw for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns.
Right.
And the dude apparently was kind of blind. He had LASIK surgery to fix his vision.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear that in the offseason? He had surgery on his eyes to fix his vision.
I think Winston could be a very good quarterback if he cut down on his picks, obviously.
And who knows if it was Lily, he couldn't see the best that far down.
Yeah.
You know? He could have just been like, I think that's my guy.
Right.
I mean, if you break it down, his interceptions over 30 yards, or 25, 30 yards, or is where they're all at. Before that, I don't think he has that many interceptions in the short, mid-range game.
Right. Well, he's a gunslinger.
Yeah. It was Brett Favre.
But, yeah, I am still in shock that Cam Newton has not been signed.
Or Jameis Winston.
I thought he signed with the Saints. I thought he signed a 1-year deal with...
Did he?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so he's the backup to Drew Brees?
Drew Brees.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's right because they signed. He said I signed there. I took less money. So yeah.
But the Newton thing, that just still.
I always thought Jameis Winston's best bet would have been going to Pittsburgh.
They offered him a deal, but he took the New Orleans
less money to go. Because Pittsburgh would have been ideal. He's the same.
Pittsburgh made offers to him and Andy Dalton, and they both for more money, and they turned them both down. Both turned them down.
Andy Dalton. Well, I don't know, because Jerry Jones is racist as fuck, and they're not going to give back that money. And Andy Dalton's like, I'm starting.
Yeah, he's probably looking at that like, yeah, this is my best shot right here.
Because Dak Prescott turned down $33 million a year.
Yeah.
Who the fuck do you think you are, dude?
I have no idea.
I hope you go out there, you go out there and you break your fucking leg off, right? And then guess what happened? You're working on a franchise tag. $17 million. That's it. You ain't playing again.
Yeah.
You should have $33 million for the next 6 years and $100 million guaranteed.
Right. Instead,
But no,
you
but
half
you're a
that for
greedy
1
little
year.
fuck.
Yeah,
And
that's insane.
He's an idiot. So what's this wall? The wall. What the fuck's the wall?
I still don't 100% understand that. I'm still learning a lot of shit on there.
I love how much money Dave has to throw on this thing. The dude bet on everything.
Yeah, he gets in a lot of them.
But he couldn't pay the people that did his show.
Yeah, I think he's making more money. He's got 16 sponsors now.
And I bet you nobody from his shows are getting paid.
I don't know.
I put money on it. Nobody is.
Not sure.
Put money on it.
But yeah, you gotta watch quick. They fill up quick.
Oh yeah, it's all of them. Yeah.
If you don't catch it within the first couple minutes, you're not getting in.
Yeah, text you, dude. They're open 4 spots. Go. I didn't see the comments, and I looked at the comments there's 2 left.
Yeah.
Cool, got it. So I was like, all right.
Then there was a guy bitching. I think I told you.
I saw that.
He said he picked 6, but he did it 2 minutes after I did.
Oh.
And that's
no,
what.
4 minutes after you did.
And that's what the dude that ran it screenshotted it. He's like, and the other guy's like he was the third one to pick 6, so he has no argument.
Yeah.
So, whatever. He was just pissed because he ended up with 8 and didn't win. So.
He didn't get 8, did he?
Yeah, he ended up at 8. He tried 6, then he tried 7. Somebody already picked 7, then he finally got the 8th spot, and obviously didn't win. So.
Oh, I didn't think he got a spot. Period.
Yeah, he got the 8th spot. I didn't think he did either, but I went back and looked, and he was 8th. Well, you got anything else?
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I think we're all petered out for this week. All right, until next week, we are done. Have a good one, guys.
No, that wasn't the same dude.
Wasn't?
Chris Sneezneck got 8. Chris Biscup.
That's the one who was complaining.
Got 6, and then.
Gotcha. All right, we'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.